Hey guys. Apologies for the lighting. It's raining outside, so it's kind of really overcast, and unfortunately, it's one of those days where, or I mean, not one of those days, but it's the time of day where if I open the blinds, the sun will be too bright. But anyway. Okay, so I saw this video over at Inkbone's Books channel, and she did a top 10 unread authors video where she just talked about the top 10 authors that she hasn't gotten to yet, that she's very eager to read, and that she just doesn't know why she hasn't gotten there yet, but just authors that she's really excited about getting into their work for the first time. And I thought that was really cool, so I wanted to do that video. I could not restrain myself to 10, unfortunately. So mine's like somewhere between 10 and 15, but I don't think it exceeds 15, so that's good. And the rule that I made for myself is it has to be that I have more than one book by this author that I'm looking forward to reading, and not just one book, because otherwise it would have been so many. Like, I'll give you guys some examples real quick of authors where I'm basically just excited for one book. Birdsong by Stephen Fox. Tolstoy, I really just want to read War and Peace. Princess Bride by William Goldman. What else? There were a few. But yeah, especially there were a lot of classic authors where there was just one book by them that I was really looking forward to. Like for Anne Bronte, I really am just excited about Tenant of Wildfell Hall. So yeah, books like that where it's really just one book by that author, I didn't include. So yeah, which, I don't know, it kind of makes it a little bit sad that I still had that rule for myself and made it to like 15 books or something. But anyway, let's get started. Okay, so this is the most excited. I didn't mean to start with the best, but Brandon Sanderson is the author that I am most looking forward to getting into, who I haven't read any of his stuff yet, so yeah, I'm especially looking forward to getting into the Mistborn trilogy, and I have no idea why I've waited this long to read a Brandon Sanderson, but yeah, very excited about these. And next up we have Margaret Atwood. This is the Penelope ad, but I also want to try out her Orcs and Crake series, or at least the first one, and see how I like it. But this is definitely the one that I'm most excited about reading, and the only one that I currently own. And then this one's representing Elizabeth Gaskell. This is the Cranford Chronicles, but I also have North and South by her, which is the one I'm most looking forward to reading, and the one I'll probably read first, and also I really want to read Wives and Daughters by her as well. Then we have Patrick Rothfuss. I don't even know if I can count him really, because he only has 2 books and a novella out so far, but I'm just very excited about this series in general, and I figured since the series is now more than one book, it totally counts. But yeah, again, no idea why I haven't gotten into this yet. Probably because I've just started really getting into fantasy in the last year or so, but yeah, very excited about this one. Next we have George Eliot. This particular one is Daniel Deronda, and I wouldn't say this is the one I'm most excited about, but I also have Silas Marner and Middlemarch. I think Silas Marner is the one that I'm most excited about reading, just because it's a story that I already know from watching Wishbone when I was little, and it's the story that sounds like it'll be the most heartwarming to me, but I'm still very excited to be reading Daniel Deronda and Middlemarch. Sorry, I tried to get that out of camera view. Next up we have Jules Verne. This is Journey to the Center of the Earth, which technically I've already read, so really Verne shouldn't be on this list, but the thing is, I read a really terrible translation of this when I was in college because I had to read, I had to pick a French book for my writing seminar because our professor taught French, so it was mostly French writers that we were learning and analyzing, and I picked this, but the translation that I had was a really terrible one. It was missing chapters, and it changed the names of the characters, and overall people just said that it was complete crap. So I'm kind of starting over with Fern, since this is a different and what is considered the better translation. So that's why I'm putting him on this list. But the others that I have by him that I really want to read are 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and 5 Weeks in a Balloon and Around the World in 80 Days. And is that it? I think that's it. Around the World in 80 Days and 5 Weeks in a Balloon are the two that I'm most looking forward to. And then we have Three Musketeers by Alexandre Dumas. The one that I'm most looking forward to of Dumas is Count of Monte Cristo, but I have Count of Monte Cristo, Three Musketeers, Man in the Iron Mask, and I also want to read 20 Years After, which I think is the third Musketeers book. I think it's the third one. There are a few kind of lesser known in the Musketeers series that I need to like figure out the order. But yeah, I also really want to read that one. This is The Forgotten Garden by Kate Morton, and this is the one that I'm most looking forward to, and also the only one that I own by her so far, but if I love this, I think I would really love to read some of her other stuff, because, well, this just sounds right up my alley, and from what I know of people who like her, she's pretty good. I don't know, I'll have to look up reviews of some of her other books, but I also really want to read House at Riverton, and Distant Hours I'm torn on, but there are at least 2 books by her that I really want to read. Next we have Alison Weir, who is a historical fiction writer, and I've read Philippa Gregory, but I've never read Alison Weir. I have Six Wives of Henry VIII, which I think is also by her, and then this is Innocent Traitor, which is about Lady Jane Grey. This is the one I'll be reading first because I love Lady Jane Grey, and I don't think she gets talked about enough. So yeah, very excited about this one, and I just think that if I like this, I will be getting a lot more of her books, because her favorite, her specialty is Tudor, Stuart, Britain, which is my favorite time period. Okay, next we have The Bronze Horseman by Paulina Simons. Is it Simmons or Simons? I would say Simons, but a lot of people say Simmons. But anyway, again, this is one that I don't know if I should count because it's a series and there are only, there's like 3 of them, so I guess a trilogy, but I really want to read this trilogy. It's Bronze Horseman, Tatiana and Alexander, both of which I own, and then the third one is The Summer Garden, and I also had Children of Liberty by her, but then that's supposed to be a prequel, I think, to this one, but I realized that I really wasn't interested in the time period. It was set in America in the 1800s, and I'm really, really bad about reading my own country history. If I'm learning facts about America and stuff, that's fine, but as far as historical fiction goes, I do not like reading about my own country, which is really bad, but I just really like, I mean, I still love my country and everything, but I just like reading historical fiction about Britain or France a lot more. So yeah, but excited about that one. Next up, we have Pillars of the Earth, representing Ken Follett, or Follett. I would say Follett, but anyway. This is obviously the one that I am most looking forward to, that I've been trying to read forever. And I think I've decided that in a few months, after, like, I have some books that I want to read to kind of figure out if I want to give them away or not, but I think after I have that little TBR pile, I'm going to go ahead and read this. And I found out that the audiobook is at my library, so I'm going to order that and listen to that while I follow along in here, because this is a giant book, so I think having the audiobook will make it a lot easier. But yeah, I'm going to be reading this, and then if I really love this, I also want to read World Without End by him, which is supposed to be, I think, a prequel to this one. It's either a prequel or it's set, like, a few hundred years later. I can't remember, and I really wish that I could, but I saw the mini-series for both of these. I actually own the one for Pillars, and then World Without End is on Netflix for free. Well, not for free, it's with the Netflix subscription, so I didn't have to buy that. But also, I liked that mini-series, but not as much as the Pillars of the Earth one, so I watch that way less frequently than I watch Pillars. And if you like history, watch the Pillars of the Earth miniseries. I also would recommend the book, obviously, but I haven't read the book, so I can't recommend it yet. But, yeah, definitely, the story is just so good, and Eddie Redmayne and Haley Atwell are both in the, miniseries, and they do such a good job. Oh, Rufus Sewell's in it too, and he's just brilliant. So yeah, it's got a really good cast, and it's a really good story if you're into history. So, yes. But anyway, yeah, so excited about this one. And then we have Susanna Kersley, who does, it's kind of, I don't even know what genre she's considered, but it's historical, but also with some, not paranormal, I mean, it's ghosts. There are ghosts in a lot of her stuff, so I don't know if you would consider that paranormal, but it's historical fiction, ghosts, and mystery a lot. So, I mean, those are all things that I love. So I've just been really excited to start reading her work, and I really hope that her writing is as good as the plot lines for her books, because the plot lines are just amazing. This is the one that I am most looking forward to. It's about a girl who I think goes to Scotland. Yeah, she goes to Scotland in search of, I think, some truth about her family or something. She's an archaeologist. I'll just read you guys the back here. It says, archaeologist Verity Gray has been drawn to the dark legends of the Scottish borderlands in search of the truth buried in a rocky field by the sea. Her eccentric boss has spent his whole life searching for the resting place of the lost Ninth Roman Legion, and is convinced he's finally found it, and not because of any scientific evidence, but because a local boy has seen a Roman soldier walking in the fields, a ghostly sentinel who guards the bodies of his long-dead comrades. Here on the windswept shores, Verity may find the answer to one of the great unsolved mysteries of our time, or she may uncover secrets someone buried for a reason. Yeah, this one just sounds like the best. I'm so excited about this book. And the other one by her that I really want to read is Winter Sea. But also the cool thing about this one is that I actually just saw the film Centurion with Michael Fassbender, and that is also about the lost Ninth Roman Legion. It's like a speculative story about how the Ninth Roman Legion disappeared. So it was not the greatest movie, but I still really enjoyed it, especially because his character was actually alive at the end, so I was like, yay! But yeah, so anyway, very excited to start reading this author. And I'm hoping there are a few more that she's released since I bought these two, that also look kind of good, so hopefully if I love these, I will also pick up more by her. Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise. Next we have Juliette Marillier, and representing her would be Heart's Blood. And this is her Beauty and the Beast retelling. And it's like Beauty and the Beast, but fantasy. And I picked this up because of Renee's recommendation over at Neho Mastu. And I just really trust her judgment when it comes to fairy tale retellings. And a lot of people, including her, say that Juliette Marillier is one of the best female fantasy writers that there is. So I'm really looking forward to this one, and I also really want to read Daughter of the Forest, which is, it's part of a series that she writes, but I can't remember the name of the series. But yeah, so I really want to read this, and then if I love this, I will definitely pick up Daughter of the Forest. Sorry, I'm kind of stuttering. Anyway, next up is Redwall by Brian Jakes. I think it's Jakes, I think. But anyway, again, it's just this one series by him that I really want to read, but this is a 23 book series. So I figure if I want to read 23 books by this guy, he should definitely be included on this list. And so far I have the first 3 in order, and then I have the 6th one, so I need to get 4 and 5 as well, and then just marathon those. And I'm hoping that I'm really going to love these, and that I won't be too old for them by the time I pick them up, because these are definitely aimed at, I think, teenagers and children. So, yeah, but hopefully I love it. I started watching the animated series, and I thought it was really cute and adorable, so hopefully I feel the same way about the book. And last but not least, we have Dave Eggers. This is a heartbreaking work of staggering genius, which is the only book by him that I currently own, and the one that I am definitely most looking forward to. But there's a lot of other stuff by him that I also want to pick up. I keep teetering back and forth as to whether I want to read Hologram for a King, because every time I, see something about it, I'm like, oh, I should read that, but then I look at the synopsis and I'm like, is it something I'm really interested in? I don't know. But I also want to read, it's another book by him that I can't pronounce, but it's another kind of, biographical one. I can't pronounce it, but it's Zeitoun, and I want to say Zaytoun, which you guys are probably laughing at me right now, but I do not know how to pronounce it. But anyway, yeah, that one, and he's such a well-known, well-loved author that I just want to look up a bunch of his other stuff and see what else of his I would be interested in after I read this one, because this one, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna need tissues because I'm gonna cry. But yeah, so this is the last one. So yeah, those are the 15 or so authors that I own that I haven't read yet that I'm really, really looking forward to. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of any of these. I would love to know what y'all's top 10 unread authors are, or if you want to post a video, please link it down in the comments, because I would love to watch. And I will be linking Sana's channel down below, because she is where I got this idea from. And I don't know if this is something that's been going around and it's like a tag, or if she just thought of it spur of the moment. I really don't know. But I will link her channel, And thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.